Okay, so my phone gets really like dirty sometimes or all the time, and I don't know why, but it's probably because I never wash it. Not once. I wash everything, especially like right now, but I never wash my phone. And it gets like really just gross. My mom's phone is blue also, but it doesn't get nearly as dirty, and so um, my phone is just way dirtier. And it changed color like in a year to yellow. So, but my mom's is still blue. I guess that's because like she doesn't use it as much. I think I'm always holding my phone. Except for like sometimes like in this picture I'm holding a $5 bill because I was buying tacos, and I don't know if it was the change or if it was like the original $5 bill that I got, but it's kind of like trading cards. Like you never you never know if your original card who it came from. But sometimes maybe if you're like really into playing cards, you know that I got this card from so and so. But if you're not and you're just doing it because you want to have more friends, you'll never remember who gave you what card or if you got it originally in the pack that it originally came in. And the same for like if you give somebody a card, probably if you give somebody a card that you really wanted, but you really had to make the trade for some odd reason, you'll remember that you gave it to them, and you might even be mean to them sometimes without even knowing it because you wish you had your card back. Fireworks are probably not as scary as they seem from far away, because there's like people are really safe with them, but then there's times that they're not and then they get really injured. But I did a fireworks with friends not too long ago, and I didn't get hurt even one time. Sometimes I think that I can't fit into pretty small places, but I guess like once you sit down somewhere, your body just kind of like moves to fit there. And sometimes you just can't fit. So, but it's really hard to determine unless you try. Like any kind of small area or crevice, you can just try to sit. And if you can't sit, then you should stand up and walk away because you can't sit down. Okay. So we did talk about small spaces already. But what about big spaces? Like, sometimes I feel so small, and mostly not in New York though, because, oh, Lisa says give me 5. Okay, so I'll talk for 5 minutes, so save it. Mostly not in New York because I feel like it's so many people are like all around you, and all the buildings are so close and everything is so close that it's really hard to tell scale and distance and estimating, and I'm very bad at estimating anyway. So when it's like you're more like out in the open and there's something really big, it's really much easier to tell how much bigger than you it is. And for estimating, like for estimating games, there's a lot that you can play. You can make them up on the spot. And one of the games that I like to play with James is that we like to guess how much more expensive something is, like to replace all the cars in the parking lot or to pave the parking lot. It's very hard unless you have specific knowledge about paving roads or cars, but we don't have either of those sets of knowledge, so we're just kind of winging it. And we don't really play with any stakes. Nobody loses or wins any money because we're mostly nice to each other that way. But we do feel like, at least on my end, if I feel like I've lost the game, we never look it up so we don't really know, but we have a feeling. If I feel like I've lost the game, then I feel like the next time I play, I have to win. Or I feel like less confident about playing so many estimating games. But it is still fun for the whole family. If you play with more than one person, it gets a little hairy because I guess there's like a, I guess we kind of do like a either or. So if there's more than one person, then you have to come up with more options, or you have to do teams and then you have to start writing stuff down. And it gets confusing, and you need the supplies of like a pen and a piece of paper. But it's really not that bad. So if you would like to play, you can, but you just have to be prepared to feel like if you lose, that's fine, and then you'll still be friends with everybody who played. Okay.